Yes, Miss Sharp.
Yes, I'm Frida Sharp. Do come in.
Thank you.
Would you like to take a seat?
Thank you.
Thanks very much for coming. Dr. Humphries has written to me.
Yes, I know he has, yes.
Perhaps you could tell me how you think things are. Let me know your story.
In respect of what?
In respect of what Dr. Humphries wrote to me about what's been going on between you and your wife. That's
The fact that I hit my wife. Is that it?
Yes, that's right.
Is that what all this is about? I'm here as a favour to Dr. Humphries and particularly to my wife because on 2 occasions in 15 years of marriage I have hit her. First one of those was only a glance. Second one was, yes, maybe. Yes, I did bruise her, but... all right. I hit her. It's something I can sort out myself. I don't need to be here. Dr. Humphries and I could have sorted it out quite well. I can't see what you're going to tell me anyway.
So it sounds like you're pretty angry to be here, really.
I'm angry that I have to be here. I'm angry that I've come from work to be here, yes. Particularly as I don't see what you can do. You don't know the situation. You don't know the position between myself and my wife. I say, Dr. Humphries has known me for over, what? Well, over 20 years. He knows the position.
That's right. I think that's why perhaps he suggested that you come and see me, because exactly that I don't know you, and that it would be useful for you to have the opportunity to talk to somebody neutral, somebody who doesn't know you, doesn't know your wife, just to give you a chance to talk about how you feel about what's been going on between you and your wife.
And you think in, what, half an hour? You're going to sort my problems out, is that it?
I certainly believe that in half an hour we can start talking about it and see where and how we might progress, yeah.
I think I can do that perfectly when I'm on my own, sitting on my own, or sitting with my wife, talking it over between us. I don't think I need to be here.
So it just seems like somewhere you don't want to be now.
You've got it, definitely.
Have you had a chance to talk to your wife about how things are?
Well, of course I've spoken to the wife. We've discussed things quite some time now, since, well, the circumstances in our particular jobs have changed, actually. We've discussed an awful lot. Well, you know, I'm an accountant, I work in the town. And I've been there, well, man and boy, really. I started, God, too many years ago to remember. You know, rather ambitious. I've now reached an age where I realise that things are not going to go any further. And reading between the lines, I think they would rather see the back of me and some bright young things coming in. So I'm rather being sidelined at work. Things aren't very easy. And on the other hand, my wife, well, she's being very successful in her job at the moment. And to the extent where we're seeing less of each other at the moment, not by choice, but by work.
So that must be a really hard contrast, that there you are trying to work out where you're going to go with your career and she seems to be taking off in hers. In a way, in a word, it can be, yes. It has proved rather difficult at work just recently, I have to admit, and particularly with my wife being away so much in the context of her job. She's in the advertising world. Oh, right. So how do you feel about the way she's getting on in her job?
Well, I'm very pleased for her. Well, very pleased, actually. I mean, we've been married now 15 years. Unfortunately, we couldn't have any children, so, well, she took a part-time job, really. That's what it was, just to keep her active. And she really found her niche, and she's gone on in leaps and bounds with this company. They think very highly of her. She's now got a very responsible job there. Unfortunately, that job takes her away an awful lot. And consequently, when I finish work and go home, invariably she's in London or anywhere working. And I get these strange calls at certain times saying, sorry, can't be here, can't be home, I have to be somewhere. So I go home to an empty house. Unfortunately, I can't cook, so I've got no one really at home if things go wrong to talk to, and that's really basically where all this trouble stems from. And,
so it's really not having anyone to talk to when you go home, to tell somebody perhaps how you feel about the fact that you're almost being overtaken by people at work and you feel like your career's at a bit of a crossroads. So how do you sort things out when you're there on your own? Do you stay at home?
Well, sometimes, but invariably I call in at the pub on the way home. I told you, I need somewhere to eat, so the White Hart, by the river.
I know, it's a really nice pub.
Yes, it's halfway between work and home, and I will call in, have a drink, have a meal. Mm-hmm. A lot of people from work go there in the evening, and well, that's when I sort of am to be found, as it were, in the early part of the evening, and then I go home.